Hello, this is the Gaming Lizard, and thank you for joining me on my first game ever. Normally, this channel has Let's Plays. Today, I am just doing a game review for my very first video. We're going to be reviewing the game called Draconia. Now, let me start with saying I would not buy this game now. It has a lot of potential, but it's just there's not enough in the game as to be a reason to play the game. But let's take a look at it, and I'm gonna let you guys decide in the end. That's what this is all about. Um, the first reason I say that this game isn't ready is creating a character is a bit of a fight. Like, for example, you can pick different patterns on the ones that this is one of the first models developed. So they have a ton of patterns. Well, this has 4. But I'm just gonna say picking the colors, they normally glow really well. But for example, you have eye patterns. Well, what does it do? Can you see the change? You have to zoom in. But you can't really zoom in on the eye all that well. You have to fight with the mechanic. This is a blind eye. It looks like cross-shaped iris, goat, cuttlefish. Maybe I got the cuttlefish reversed. Diurnal, blind, cross. I think that's the cuttlefish. That's the goat. That's nocturnal. But you really do have to fight with the system to create the colors of your character. But you can copy and paste stuff here. So, but we're not making a new character. I'm not spending an hour fighting the system to make it. So let's just show you the player characters you can have. I will first start with the non-draconic. This is a drake. It's a non-draconic lizard-like species. They have 2 attacks, 2 magical attacks. One is that neither of them are ranged, and they're fire-based. Golem has 1 attack, cannot jump, can't really do much of anything. Its 1 attack is physical, no ranged attacks. Griffin has 2 attacks, and I put quotes around it because one is literally just flapping at your enemy and it does nothing. And the other one is a physical. I have not figured out what the flapping attack does. They may not even have the damage assigned to it yet, which makes no sense. The final non-draconic race is basically the Kasai, which are these lizard people. They're actually the NPCs of the game that you're supposed to be getting quests from. You can play as one too. But other than that, like, all of the non-draconic animals are actually indigenous life to the world that you may eventually one day fight. But they don't have it in the AI. Now, these are the adult versions. They're completely grown. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to show you. This is the European dragon, which was the same thing as this, but that's not an adult yet. This one is. Granted, the size looks the same. The size you see in here are the adult sizes and forms, not the baby sizes. This has 2 attacks. It can jump and fly. I don't even know what I did with its eyes. Their diurnal eyes. They do shadow. They have one physical attack and a shadow attack. Next is the Lindworm, and I believe they have 2 attacks, a bite and something else. Normally it's a bite and something else. I don't actually remember what they do. We can check that out later. And this is the last dragon they have in, the Eastern Dragon. Yeah, this thing looks a little bright and very out of the world. So, but they come with 2 different types of body types. I'll show you the other one right here. Now, one comes with fur and one is without fur. So let's get into the game. Again, they can jump and they can fly and they have 2 attacks. Golems can't jump, they kind of float, but they're very slow. Lindworms can't jump. So, now since this is a pre-created creature that I've played, because it's like the 3rd time I've tried to make this video, I've had issues with the recording it, and just, I have it on full screen, but it's not coming up full screen, that kind of stuff. Afterwards, I'll show you how often they update. There we go, please wait. It's night out. Very foggy night. Okay. I am right above. And I have to be careful with landing. This is not trying to land. Oh, I definitely hurt myself. Let's just drop. This is where you spawn in. You have food you can collect. That's a nice big dirt. All the other, like the food you see over there, that's, you can't eat it. You can, it's a collectible. You can eat the big carcass like this, but those little pieces you can eat, but those over there you just collect from. And you can put them in your inventory and eat them later. Ugh. Let's overshoot everything. It's E for all of this that you collect from. I'll show you. You harvest. These bags and barrels you can pick up from. Like so. So, let me show you. This is where you spawn in. I would suggest highly just... Well, it's really hard to see. It's very foggy. Also, you do get the Aurora Borealis. You have stars. You have moons. Is that friggin' Orion? Okay. That down there below us is Dead Beach. No, Dead Beach is like right here. This is Dead Beach over here. I believe. I think there is an issue with my night vision that happens sometimes. I have to log out and log in. Dead Beach is over here. It's called Dead Beach because there's a lot of skeletons over here. There's a lot of small crab bugs. I call them crab bugs. Everybody here calls them crabs. But they remind me of a type of bug larva in the water, like a mix. They remind me of a mix between a hermit crab, and there's a type of bug that in the water decorates their back with plants and stuff. And that's what they remind me of, because even when they have shells on their back, they're not like hermit crabs. It looks more like they decorated it with their with what was lying around more than hermit crabs who just get into the shells. So this is Dead Beach. Over that is all of Crab Island. Those are the easiest places so far in game. That's part of Crab Island. You see it better. Right there, all through there is Crab Island. Yes, a lot of the things do glow in the dark in this game and just glow in general, which is really pretty and really neat. A lot of the collectibles glow. The actual bases of the trees glow, and it's really pretty. There's a collectible. I have no idea where I'm going, though. There we go. This is rocks. Rocks are the only things you mostly use to build. Mainly because that's what most of it takes. There's a few things. These piles here are gatherables. You turn stuff into glass. You pick up sand, you turn it into glass. This thing actually swims pretty quickly. Kinda. For swimming purposes. But you fly faster. You always fly faster than you swim. Some species walk faster than they swim. There's Yamati Island. It's an island ring. The best way to get speed isn't even to hold down your running. You just get up high and you dive, and you slowly just use the momentum to go up like that. Yeah, that looks like Orion. I'm taking you to my home to show you what I have built, and then I'll open up stuff and show you what can be built. There is, right on this island, I'll drop down and show you once we get closer. You see that blue glow? That's a waypoint. They come in 2 farms. These little stick ones, and there's also really big ones. That are basically rock formations with a big crystal in it. I should have showed you that while we were over the spawning village, but we'll go back. It doesn't take long to get there. I mean, it can. Another good way to pick up speed is just to hug the ground. For some reason, you get really fast when you hug the ground like this. This is... The totem is how you mark your area to build in. And my loot chest. Yes, I showed you where it is. You even know you can come and try to steal from it. I'm not in PvP. Rock here. There is a way to split it. Split. 12. Let me do 6. Okay. So that's 16. That's 17. This here keeps it from decaying. But I don't even think decay is on yet. This is my horde. You have to hold E down for these. That's gold. I have gold up here. I have that. I have this. That. Do I even have this? Does it? Oh, it's rare. It would be up here. Yep, there it is. That's also rare. Sand. Is that sand? Yes, I did show sand to people and collect it. Shell. Mostly I'm just keeping everything because I don't have the slightest bit of idea what it can be used for. Not gonna lie. Dirt. Dirt makes clay. Let me show you some of the crafting. So we're going to go over to crafting and we're going to do default. We can't make clay. I have to take it out. I don't have a guiding light, but we can cook meat because I have 2 meat chunks. Now this is just your default stuff. It's not really towards building. I mean, I don't even know what the crystals do. Now building wise, once you get into building, almost everything but the totem is based off rock. The basalt formation rock, all of this is rock. That's not rock. The crystals are not rock. And I know how to get them. And there's the dripstone. This is all mostly rock. Rock fins, walk walls, desert rock, volcanic fireplace. It's all rock. Cone-shaped rock, volcanic rock. This is rock, even though you should be using crystals or something for it. I want this so I can get different types of crystals. I want this so I can get... I think this gives you different types of mushrooms. This gives you different types of ore. I don't know what this gives you. It does give you resources. Rock pillars, rock square rocks, bunch of different rocks. Torches, and here's the totem. That takes rock. To upgrade it takes bones. So it's bright. Day has come up. You can look at the colors of my pretty Christmas dirg. This is, well, my winter dirg, not my Christmas dirg. It's, its name is Silver Bells. It's silver and blue for Winter Wonderland. I couldn't find the right combinations of red and green and silver and gold that I liked to make a pretty Christmas holiday-based dragon. So I just... Nope, I think that's copper over there. I'll show you copper. It looks like copper. It could be gold. Nope, it's copper. This is copper. And then I just take it over here. But yes, stuff glows. But really, this is all you have for it. There's really not much to do in-game. And it's sad, but kind of true. Keep that. In the next major update, we're going to lose everything that we built anyway. That's why I'm not really building. But, like I said, there's going to be a story. They have a lot of player characters. It's going to be interesting if they actually take the time to implement any of it. At this point, they have 7 playable characters, and all they're working on is adding more player characters. I can show you the list of what they want to turn into player characters. I can find it pretty easy. This is a Sky Spike. I'm going to the top of it. but it's just very... There's nothing here but to build and just fly around in circles and eat and get water. There's 3 quests. They're repeatable, but there's only 3. Here we go. I think this is the highest sky spike of them all. So let me show you what they've been working on, the player characters, and whatnot. To do that, I do have to log out of the game and minimize it. Let me show you the entire map and where we went. So this is the whole map. I don't have villages on, but the village you spawn in is right here. That's Crab Island. Dead Beach. My house is here. This is the waypoint I showed you. This is the waypoint that I forgot to show you. And this is the rock formation with the crystal in the middle. This is the 3 quests. They have 3 colored quests, orange, blue, and green. Most of the waypoints are down in the bottom part between the 2 islands. Kind of makes sense, I guess, because the second island, B, which hasn't been made yet, I mean, it's in the world, but there's nothing on it, it's just rock, is where the capital is. This is the forest where you can get wood and crystals. There's only one type of crystal in the game right at the moment. This is another type of forest area. There is a big city up in here somewhere. Go away. Right here. That's the other big city on this. Everything else is turn out that and turn on caves. 1 cave, 2 cave, 3 cave. They don't. That's the cave. Yep, that's the cave I found. I suspect these are going to have other crystals in it. They just haven't done it yet. This is Verdite Cave. Can't collect anything. I've been in there. Let's turn off caves. Let's do camps and villages. Yep. That's Dunearth, the other major village in the area. Everywhere else is pretty much just camps. Though I will say that's a pretty big camp, but it's a camp. So this is a list of player characters. This is a character creation guide, but you pick a species. There's going to be 7 dragons. I guess the Kasai count as dragons. They have everything. They have the European, the Lindworm, the Eastern, and the Kasayan. There's the Wyvern, the Tecultal, which is a Quetzalcoatl Amplifier. And then we have the Big Drake or the Behemoth. There's 4 of them in. We have the European dragons, the Vodros, and the Yagran, and the Yamati, and the Kasai. So we're missing 3. And then there's going to be 7 wildlife creatures. So there's going to be 14 in all. We have the Rekka, which is the griffin. We have the golem. Yeah. So we have the Kirin that's coming, the dragon turtle, which is the stoneback. Drake is in, so we have 3 out of, there's basically 7 left. And the Fae. So, no, there's going to be 13, because it looks like there's only 6 of them. 2, 4, 6. So, 7 out of The 13 are in. And basically, these are, a backer got this in, the Dragon People, which was a surprise gift. But yeah, like I said, at this point, I would focus more on gameplay than adding more in. And this is their homepage on Steam. They have updated 3 times this month. They've patch notes, small updates. This is what they're working on. Right there, and that's more patch notes. I didn't want to click on that. This is the regular update. So, and these are hot fixes. They do talk and they do know what's going on. This is controller support. I believe that's a different head formation for the Drake with more spikes. That's the Kasai. They are, yeah, I have to find it, but they're working on the Wyverns. That's music. These are the giant crabs that they're working on for the Goliath crabs. There's the Kasai. I think that's, yeah, that was a video of what we're working on. A new social wheel. Plant stuff. This is the head for the Wyvern. So they're working on stuff pretty regularly, but again, in the end, even though they're updating regularly and they seem to be working really hard on it, there's no real play in the world yet. There's just building. So I would wait until there's more in the game. I would only buy it if it's on sale. Now, another great thing is the price of the game you see now is never going to increase. That's for the full game. That's why they're not selling it for less, is because, unlike, say, Day of Dragons, where some dragons you can only get through breeding because they're, like, you have to pay money for them, or you had to do, like, fund their GoFundMe to get them. All the dragons and all playable races in this game are going to be there from the beginning. And the base price for the whole game is going to be what it's listed as. So, thank you for staying. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon for notifications. This is the Gaming Lizard. Catch ya later.